This little round unofficial rest stop is our place for lunch today. Primarily since we came up, the road has deteriorated substantially. Even kids on the UHF complaining how it's gone to shit so quickly. Literally, that's what they're saying. So when we're finding it a bit bumpy and hard going, we feel a bit justified. John's really thinking that it's been so bad that something may easily have been broken, but nothing. And we're going to do as much as we can today, simply because it is so incredibly rough.
Those roads are just crap. Queensland government, pull your finger out and do something.
How smooth is it right now?
Well, anything's better than what it was before, but it's good now. Looks like they've just done a bit of work to it.
Yeah, the grader. We just passed the grader and the water truck, and it is smooth as...
And I'm doing 80k an hour. For how long, we'll see.
And it's funny because this bit is restricted to 60 k's an hour because that's roadworks.
Well, it says reduced to 60, but I was only doing about 40. But now, if it says 60, bugger 'em, I'm doing 80.
Good morning from Moreton Telegraph Station. It is a beautiful morning. And just listen to those birds. We are back on the road this morning. Moreton Telegraph Station to camp at. It's very green. They water the grass a lot. The amenities are okay. The cafe looks okay, but you've got to have ordered by 5:30, otherwise no food. But for us, the killer was an extra $10 per person per night compared to every other road station we've stopped at along the PDR. So we probably wouldn't stay here again if we were travelling up, because it's the same as everywhere else, just more expensive.
There we go, the dirt's coming up again. First dirt of the day.
So we're heading off to Weipa and we're going to take a shortcut. Hopefully it is a shortcut. Something new, we have actually left the PDR.
This is the Batavia Downs Road, but I think it says about 100 k's. And sometimes the road, they said, well, it's like any road up here. It can be good one day and bad the next. So apparently it's just been graded not long ago, so we'll see how we go. But it's going to save us like 100 k's, and we're in no rush.
Our little shortcut has worked quite nicely. It wasn't too bad. A little bit of corrugation, but nothing like yesterday.
Oh no, nothing. Yeah, it was baby corrugations.
We have made such good time that we're about 2 nights too early for Weipa, and we're just outside, not far, 40 k's. So we have found ourselves a little old campsite. It's just lunchtime and this is it. York Downs Dam camping, and it's breaking the budget. $2 a night. So there is a drop toilet over there in a tin shed. I'm not sure anybody would ever use it. And garbage disposal. And because it's a dam, they say you can swim. I'm just going to wait for somebody else to get in to make sure I've got my facts correct. Is that the best thing to do?
I'll wait till you get in.
I'm going to spend 2 nights here and just relax like you should on a holiday, and just watch and see what comes down to drink at the dam.
There's lions and zebras and some buck.
You wish.
Wildebeest.
We are spending a wonderful time here at the dam on the little station. It's just off the road as you drive in, and we're staying 2 nights. So last night was our first night. We had a lovely afternoon. We swam and we watched this tree over here. Seems to be the community hub for many of the birds. I just wanted to show you, it is hot, and look who is spending time in the water. A lot of time in the water. That's how hot it is.
Hey, I found a book called How to Solve 50% of your Problems. So I bought 2.
So last night there were 6 vans. That van over there, which seems to have been there for quite a while. And the rest of the vans all camped up on that ridge. And they all left early this morning. This night, I have to say, we had every single window and air vent open in the van, and there was a cool breeze going along, and we had no trouble sleeping at all, which is great. Our only thing is, we did think about lighting a fire because we have the perfect fire pit here. But it's too hot to gather firewood, really. We can't be bothered, and by the time night comes, we're really happy to just relax and read a book in bed. I don't know whether if the water ever evaporates away. It's certainly getting lower each day that we're here. And the wildlife, if you're down this end, is absolutely amazing to watch them in these trees. You would have to think that this little camp hole, so close to Weipa, on a decent road, swimming hole, and $2 a night would be packed. Well, last night there were 3 of us, and you just wouldn't believe it, but one of them was actually a signature van. No organisation or anything, they just pulled up, and we know them from the Stampede, and it was lovely to sit and chat and catch up. But yes, you would definitely think that here would be packed. We were talking to these people over here, they're broken down, the brake system in their van won't work, and they're waiting for a part to be sent to them. So they've been here for quite a while. They say most nights they're on their own, but there was one particular night there was 14 vans. Apart from that, there's often just 1 or 2. With the sad heart, we move into town. But I'm also looking forward to it. And we're supposed to be on a go slow. It's 9 o'clock. We can't check in till 11. We're about 45 minutes away from Weipa, and look at him. Can't stop him. Has to start packing up.
I'm doing it as slow as possible. I'll just sit here and look at this for a while.
Yeah, it's hard once you start packing up these little vans not to be like, oh, we packed up too quickly. I don't know what it is.
Well, you pack up in 5 minutes. Basically, then we're out of here.
So we're now in the land of mines. Rio Tinto owns this property, all of this. We're on their land now. And that's Gina Rinehart, which is she the most wealthiest woman in Australia at the moment?
Wealthiest person.
Wealthiest person, there you go.
Worth a couple of million.
We have made it to Weipa. nearly safe and sound. Sadly, a car rushing the other way threw a rock up and it's hit the windscreen, and we'll see if the chip turns into a crack or not. But Weipa Caravan Park is nice and clean, very close to the beach to sit down and watch the sunset. Good morning from Weipa. It's not that late in the morning. The sun just rises and falls very quickly here. Well, we've got lots of warnings about crocs here, that people have seen many. So we will be careful and not be going into the mangroves. People definitely like to drive on this beach. It's like hard, like a road. We've come to the beginning of the mangroves and we would need to cross this little stream if we wanted to keep going, and I think we're probably not. We're exploring Weipa, one fishing spot at a time. And first off the rank is Rocky Point, the local fishing tackle place of Sinners. We thought we'd come and have a look. The only problem is it's low tide, so we'll see what we see, and hopefully he doesn't see any crocs too close. We're trying to go over the very long bridge, but it seems to be a bit of a traffic jam, doesn't it? Specifically asked you to put your lights on when you're crossing the bridge because it's so long and it's one lane, so that you can see. Some people do and some people don't. We've gone over the long bridge, driven along the road, and then come to a next bridge. Did a turn off to a beach, which brought us to this little area here, which we're now debating whether we can throw a line in. Of course, it will be croc infested, so he will have to be very careful and stand well and truly back. Continued to follow the little access road from the bridge down. Oh my gosh, look at all the shells, coffee shells. And we're thinking we might throw a line in here, hey John? See how we go. Maybe? Big fires over there. What's that in the water? Oh. Well, there you go. There's things in the water then. Come for a drive out of Weipa and on the way to Penning Farthing River, decided not to go all the way because our beautiful windscreen is continuing to crack as we drive.
That's new this morning, and that one was from yesterday.
So we thought less corrugation is probably better for us. So we still have a long way to go with the broken windscreen before we can get it fixed. Weipa does have an O'Brien's. They're only open for this week on Monday. They're fly-in, fly-out staff. The person that's flying in on Monday doesn't have the qualifications to do calibrated windscreens. And they won't change it unless they can calibrate it. And then the rest of the staff are all going on a conference for the week. So we're waiting till Monday morning to hear from Mariba what day we can get in, to see how far we have to drive each day to get there and get it fixed. It's all taken a bit of the shine off Weipa a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, the bloody guy going past us too fast on the dirt road, as a lot of them do, and just kicked up a rock. I've got 800 k's to Mariba.
He's finally got his barramundi burger.
How do I start? There we go. Oh yeah, good.
Good. Pretty excited this morning. We're doing an eco tour in Weipa and hoping to see some of those big lizards from the safety of a boat.
They're not very that big. Little fellas.
But it should be a lovely few hours out on the water. had a great time. Fully recommend it. And I think if we were in Weipa for another day, I'd be asking John if I could do it again tomorrow. Just really, really loved it. The guy was so informative, Mel. And very, very happy that we did it. A part of Weipa that we would never have seen if we didn't pay for the tour, hey?
We saw a few big lizards.
Yeah, from the safety of the boat. Well, we're off. We're leaving here. The real community here discussing what's broken after the tip and stuff, isn't it?
That's right.
I just feel really sorry for some people that haven't made it to the tip and they've been here nearly 3 weeks waiting for parts to arrive. That just must be heartbreaking hearing everybody else's stories.
Well, that van that lost one of its axles.
Yeah, the whole axle was missing.
Some weld broken, the whole rear axle just fell out basically.
The caravan park in there, and just outside along the road is the dump point and a tap with potable water. But if you're here before 12 o'clock, they really don't like you checking in, even though their email says 11 o'clock. And when you go to check in, do not park across the driveway. The maintenance people are very precious about keeping their driveway open. You can walk to the Woolworths. Sadly for us, the fresh food for Woolworths didn't make the barge on Sunday night, so when Woolworths opened on Monday, it was just what had been left on Friday. There was no fresh food, but apparently it's coming today. And that's another thing that sort of an error that we made here. We arrived on the Saturday and checked in at the caravan park at 12 o'clock on Saturday without realising everything closes except for the bait and tackle shop from Saturday lunchtime till Monday morning. But had we known that, we probably would have added an extra day because there's a mining tour that we missed out on just because we didn't know everything closes. That's it from us from this part of Australia. We're going to continue to head south and work our way down the rest of the PDR and continue to explore. I'll see you on the other side. This is not John's joke, but we have our first injury of the trip. What have you done to yourself?
Major one. That there, on the end of my elbow, that was caused when I was sitting here driving with my arm on the armrest, just driving like this on that bumpy road yesterday. I could see all these spots of blood on the centre console. I've got no idea where they come from, and I've noticed this. So that's just the wear and tear of driving on the road
the
from Cape
PDR.
York. Yeah, look at that.
Wear and tear of the PDR.